Now in 4 News Now at 6, a Washington judge strikes down a voter-backed ordinance banning homeless camping near parks and schools. Why the decision was made and what it means for your neighborhood.
Folks, I'm tracking more April showers headed our way, but will they put a damper on your Easter weekend plans? I break down the timing and what to expect in your First Alert forecast.
A preschool option for kids in districts like Meade and 9 Mile Falls could soon be out of reach. Why lawmakers want to limit access to TK and what it means for growing communities in eastern Washington. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. About 75% of voters in Spokane approved an ordinance in 2023 that banned people from camping near schools, parks, and daycares. Tonight, a Washington judge says no more. That's because a state Supreme Court judge ruled that decision should not have been left up to voters in the first place. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Alexandra Conyards explains what this could mean for the future of the ordinance and why the judge says this decision should not have been left up to the people.
I am standing in downtown Spokane in specifically an area that would be banned for camping under Proposition 1. In fact, the majority of our city would be banned for camping under this legislation. However, a judge has ruled that that decision is not up to voters in Spokane.
The Washington Supreme Court argues Proposition 1 was trying to change Spokane's pre-existing policies for camping, which a judge says is beyond local initiative power.
But it basically means that once these governments have come together, they've developed the detailed plans, you can't use an initiative to upend them.
Proposition 1 criminalizes homeless encampments within 1,000 feet of schools, parks, and childcare centers. Opponents say this causes more trauma for those experiencing homelessness. However, supporters argue this is what is needed to keep our communities safe.
What we are left with now is the Spokane City Council and the mayor of the city of Spokane have to act.
Mark Lamb is an attorney representing Brian Hansen. For him, this ruling feels as a disappointment.
And it's one that I think has significant implications for the power of voters in the state of Washington.
Today's ruling argues a local initiative can only make legislative changes, meaning those are not already controlled by a local or state government. For prosecuting attorney Noel Lowney, this feels as a win for our homeless community.
We think that's a really good ruling for the people, and it's a good ruling for the community that's worked so hard to sort of develop these plans.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown released a statement saying the city will work on incorporating this ruling and that the city's unlawful camping ordinance that passed before Prop 1 will remain in effect. Reporting from Spokane, Alexandra Conyards, 4 News Now.
At least 2 people are dead, 6 others hurt in a shooting at Florida State University this morning. Investigators say the suspected shooter is now in custody.
So here's what we know so far. Police have identified 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner as the shooter. They believe he was a student at FSU. They also say his mother is a Leon County Sheriff's deputy and he had access to her guns. Here's how one student described the chaos on campus once the shooting began.
Everyone was like, there's like a shooter and stuff, and so like these guys started like pressing the elevator button to have the elevators come up and like put tables in the walkway to like block anyone from getting on the elevator.
And no word yet on a possible motive. All classes and school activities have been canceled for the rest of the week at Florida State. The president of the university says they will do everything they can to support students and staff. Again, this is a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more.
We'll send it now to forecaster Jason Valentine in for Chris Crocker tonight with your First Alert forecast.
Thank you so much, and good Thursday to you. Yesterday's blustery conditions, well, things have definitely settled down. Beautiful shot at the lovely Spokane area. Plenty of blue sky today, and we're going to see a lot of blue sky tomorrow. Now, winds have definitely taken a back seat today. More or less light winds, even in Moses Lake, where they had that blowing dust. We still have a little bit going on in Pullman, but other than that, mostly light winds, and we don't expect to see too much winds kicking up for your Easter weekend, which, of course, starts tomorrow. So on our radar, we are tracking just a few little blips just to the east of our areas. Those, again, are on the periphery or the halo of some storm activity that is going on in Montana. But looks like we're going to be staying mostly dry from that. Best chance of some shower activity, though, will be when we move into Saturday morning and early afternoon, and then Sunday. Yes, Easter Sunday morning. But if it does come, we do expect it to be very, very light April showers. So let's take a look at our evening planner. We have clear clear skies throughout the region overnight. That means a very chilly morning tomorrow, so make sure you bundle up. And we'll be seeing highs probably in the mid to lower 60s, so a little warmer than we saw today. So things are changing pretty much on a dime as we're looking at, again, earlier this week we had those warm temperatures, then windy, things settling down pretty nicely. 3 days until Easter, 7 days till the NFL draft, and Bloomsday just 17 days away. Let me get you ready for your Friday and your Easter weekend that's coming up later in the show.
All right, Jason, thank you. It's been almost a full year now since Spokane Public Schools implemented its no phones policy and worked to get more students engaged in extracurricular activities.
The school district says it's seeing the results it was hoping for. Madeline Mullins has more on what those results are and how students have felt about being unplugged this year.
It all started with this: turning off the cell phones and turning to each other.
I mean, everyone, including me, was like a little bit disappointed about the phone policy because, you know, teenagers like to be on their phones.
The school district putting an emphasis on connecting in person through clubs and sports rather than online.
It's allowed individuals like actually have face-to-face conversations with each other and actually like interact with one another in a way that we haven't seen before when we had phones out.
What teachers and students found is that when you look up from your phone, you can become more engaged in the world and the people around you.
Just talking about the different clubs and activities that exist within our school has like motivated kids to actually step out of their comfort zone and explore these different activities for themselves.
Since the Engage IRL program was implemented in the fall of 2024, almost 3,000 more kids have gotten involved with extracurricular activities. The school district says that of those students involved in Engage IRL activities, the daily attendance rate is higher compared to students not involved in activities.
We noticed that a lot with the middle school football is a lot of the kids that were absent or, you know, they were at school every single day during football season because they had something to look forward to and were connected to that and to their coaches and to their peers.
Now, the school district wants to expand on this.
Yeah, I think the goal is just to get more kids doing something.
SBS says that Together Spokane, the proposed schools and parks levy and bond, would help with that by creating more space across the city for activities that students can get involved in.
I think it's important. It gets us connected and more focused on our schoolwork and just less screen and more reality. Yeah.
In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, right now we are in the middle of our Coats for Kids Spring Closet Clean-Out event.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is live at one of our collection sites and shares why events like these are so important. And a former Air Force veteran trades aerospace for agriculture. Her new mission, making healthy food affordable for everyone. See how she's planting seeds of change even as rising costs put her business at risk.
And major cuts could be coming to Washington's full-day TK programs because of a multi-billion-dollar budget deficit. Why parents say we need more access to early education, not less. Next on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by George Geek Kia, Spokane.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Well, between Head Start cuts and ECAP early learning caps, Washington's $16 billion budget deficit isn't being kind to early education programs, and it's placing parents in the center of a child care crisis.
Now, preschool programs are taking a hit. Parents in rural districts like 9 Mile Falls, Freeman, and Meade, who rely on transitional kindergarten or transition to kindergarten, most of us know it as TK, may not even know they could soon be joining waitlists in Spokane for preschool or missing out on kindergarten readiness altogether.
Yellow, there's yellow. Good finding that. Good job.
A peek inside this classroom at 9 Mile Falls Elementary, and you might be surprised to learn.
I mean, most of my students already know their letters and sounds. They can count to 20.
These 4- and 5-year-olds are preparing for kindergarten.
She does lowercase letters, capital letters. She's counting to 100. She's counting by tens. She's barely 5.
Working mom of 2 and parent volunteer Rachel McKinney says she used to drive her son into Spokane every day when he turned 4. Now her daughter can ride the bus as a preschooler.
And now they both get to ride the bus together. They get picked up at our driveway, dropped off at our driveway. It's fantastic.
9 Mile Falls, Freeman, Meade, and several other school districts in eastern Washington have opened access to early learning through the Transitional Kindergarten, or TK, programs. It's another option for families who may not qualify for ECAP or Working Connections childcare or can't get off the wait lists at private early learning centers.
I don't know a community that couldn't benefit from having transitional kindergarten in their elementary schools.
This legislative session, TK is getting pushback in Olympia.
If there's a free opportunity, we can't keep those 4-year-olds in our classrooms.
Representative Sharon Tomiko Santos co-sponsored House Bill 1450, which would limit TK programs.
That was quickly developing into a program under the superintendent with no guardrails.
Representative Santos says she can point to districts where TK programs have opened and ECAP programs have lost students. This isn't the case in all districts, though. She says there are exceptions for districts like 9 Mile Falls, considered extreme child care deserts.
You have children who are in need, but you don't have the partners to be able to provide the need. So that's what we are defining as an extreme child care desert.
9 Mile Falls Superintendent Jeff Bearwald says access to these programs is just the beginning.
But the reality is that there are so many child care deserts in our state. There's just a lack of services.
More than 65% of preschool-aged kids in Washington aren't attending state-funded preschool. In January of 2025, 7,600 students were enrolled in TK programs in 147 districts across the state. The same report shows TK students tested in the fall of 2024 had better kindergarten readiness scores.
Then you add the layers of resources and other expertise. We have our occupational therapist, our physical therapist, and our speech language pathologist coming in, helping run centers, giving resources to our teachers, counselors, school psychologists, helping with social skills.
In 2023, the state was spending $13,259 per child in transitional kindergarten. And with a $16 billion budget deficit, lawmakers are making tough cuts.
When you begin to look at the additional costs that the state is putting forward for this, right, that's a concern. But at the same point in time, what we realize is that you continue to add dollars to other areas, special education, remedial services for kids that do not have the skill set to enter school when they're 5 years old. And we continue to try to build that as we go along.
Another bill making its way through the legislature would limit access to TK, but keep the current programs funded. While that may work for some districts, 9 Mile Falls could see a big boom in the next few years.
This used to be a golf course. Now it's just an empty field. But like the neighborhoods on either side, soon it will fill in, and so too will the need for childcare.
The principal at 9 Mile Falls Elementary says they've already heard from 60 more families about enrollment for TK for next year, but they likely won't be able to accept all of them.
These parents have this access right now, and taking that away is a huge detriment to our kids.
We're going to lock in the numbers right now and not allow any expansion in these programs as communities continue to grow. How are we going to expand the opportunities for our early learners?
So, of course, we talked with the superintendent at 9 Mile Falls Elementary. We also talked with Freeman and Meade districts, and they said that they have seen a lot of success with their TK programs. A lot of parents saying they love them, but they're not going to make any comments on the future of those programs for their students until the end of the legislative session, which will be the end of April.
All right. Kirsten.
All right, folks, we've had a very pleasant day so far, but will it transcend into our weekend? All of your first alert weather forecast coming up next on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Stick with us, everyone.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
At Finley Honda Spokane, we're more than just Spokane's Honda store, selling one of the top 5 rated brands.
We are your friends and neighbors, which is why we have no gimmicks or add-ons. What you see is what you get.
Like up to $1,000 off MSRP on a new CRV, or up to $2,000 towards a 2025 Ridgeline.
So when you're ready to buy, make the smart move to Finley Honda Spokane for the hometown savings advantage. Finley Honda Spokane.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Spokane Riverkeeper and the Salish School of Spokane are connecting kids with the Spokane River. Through hands-on river science, kids are learning to protect the water.
We protect and restore the Spokane River for future generations. These students carry the language and history of the land, and their voice reminds us why this work matters.
New America is honored to donate $2,500 to Spokane Riverkeeper and Salish School of Spokane. This is how New America cares for kids.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Shop DaveSmith.com.
If you would like to add a brand new, beautiful automated gate that adds value and security to your property, then right now is the perfect time to call the pros at Northwest Fence in the Spokane Valley to take advantage of their spring savings. Going on now.
All right, welcome back. You only have about 45 minutes, actually more like 43 and a half left to help kids in need while clearing out some closet space.
I'm glad I didn't have to do that math. We are again partnering with STCU for our Codes for Kids Spring Closet Clean Out. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is at the Argonne branch on East Mission in Spokane Valley. So Chris, how's the collection going so far? I know last time we checked with you, you said there were a lot of new coats.
Oh my goodness, yes. In fact, I have been looking at these beautiful new coats with the tags on, heavy coats. And you may not be thinking about getting new coats yet, but maybe clearing out your coats. And that's where STCU has stepped up for the second year in a row with our spring closet clean out. Such a great idea. Hi, Tracy's here with me again, and we're talking about this is just one part of the good works that STCU and the STCU Foundation does to build community in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area.
Yes. Our goal to be here for good. We want to show and we want to demonstrate to the community how much we're committed to giving back. And everyone has been so amazing today, bringing lots of coats to all the locations. We'll be here till 7 o'clock at the North Branch, Main Downtown, South, Argonne, and Crossroads in Coeur d'Alene.
And making sure that all local children have a warm winter coat, that goes so beautifully into the mission of your foundation and the good works that you do in the Inland Northwest.
Thank you, Chris. We wanted to show everyone that we are very committed and our members love to join in. And so this is a great way for them to contribute to the work that we're doing and to help us, just broaden how we support education and the arts and culture and community.
Well, your members are amazing. We have seen the evidence here, and we will be here at the Argonne location. I will be, Tracy will be, until 7 o'clock. So come bring us some new or gently used warm winter coats, and then we'll make sure they get into the hands of kids who need them next winter.
Chris, this is so fun. Our whole weather team is involved today. Another member of the First Alert weather team out and about collecting coats as well. Take a look here.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's meteorologist Matt Gray. We're here at Door Avenue at STCU Main Branch for Coats for Kids. We're going to be here until 7 o'clock collecting coats. Look at this. We filled up my wife's Subaru, all the back seats of the trunk with coats. Somebody brought like 16 bags to Main Branch this morning. So super awesome here. Yep, right here at the STCU Main Branch. My wife and I, we're going to be sitting out front. We'll take your coats once again. Till 7 o'clock, we'll be here. Thanks a lot for donating.
Probably worth mentioning that Matt's wife actually works for STCU too, so kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
there.
I'm sure she finished off with her work day, closed the doors, and now they're sitting out there. That's what Chris wanted everyone to know. You can't go inside the branch at 7 o'clock at night.
And you saw it there, Jason. Pretty nice weather out there.
Pretty darn nice. You have, let's see, 39 and a half minutes left to get your coats in. Let's take a look outside. What a beautiful day today. A beautiful day to donate some coats. Keep those kids warm during the winter, folks. All right, let's take a look outside. Just beautiful conditions. Ample sunshine in Coeur d'Alene. 56 right now. About 10 degrees warmer in Coeur d'Alene than we were last night at this time. 58 in Spokane. So we're going to even see a better Friday on the way. So just let the good times roll. Calmer conditions after yesterday's, I wouldn't call it a windstorm because we didn't really have a red flag warning, but still it was quite blustery. So things have settled down. Weekend light showers, very possible. I'll get you the timing in a second. And warming a bit tomorrow and going to stay that on Saturday. Then a bit of a cool down as we get into Sunday. And weekend travel looks good for your Easter weekend. So 58 right now, Spokane. Still a little cooler in Pullman, 54. And looking a little bit more warmer the more west we go. And again, we're going to be seeing a little above average temperatures by about 5 or so degrees tomorrow and Saturday. So we really are seeing what we expect for this time of year. Also, what we expect is a little bit of shower activity as well. I'll get to that in a bit. So 62 for your Saturday. Then we're going to dip down Sunday and Monday. And then look at this. We're going to see a bit of a peak as we move into the middle part and the latter part of our next work week. So hopefully we see another trend. No 70s like we saw earlier this week, but still very nice conditions and above average conditions on the way. Now, one thing that is not average, we are below average in our overnight lows. We have quite a bit of clearing skies tonight, so we're right above or below the freezing mark. So a chilly overnight period, 29 for Colville. And as I'm sure you know, our coolest moments happen right at sunrise and a little bit after it. So when you're heading out the door, that's when we're going to see very chilly conditions. So try to bundle up and bundle the kids up if you can. So rain this weekend, the deeper green to the east and to the north of our areas. A little bit better of a chance, likely rain. And again, for them, it will be very quick. It won't be very sustained. And then a slight chance for the Coeur d'Alene and Spokane regions, including Pullman down south. So a little bit of shower activity is possible. So just keep an eye out for some showers. Again, chances here and there. And in our radar, we saw just maybe a hint of showers onto the east of us, but those are moving on. In our forecast radar, we expect just clear skies tomorrow. But as we head into our Saturday, there's those showers coming on in. And again, we'll see another pass coming into the afternoon. So just get ready for a bit of shower activity. And again, folks, highs are going to be in the mid to lower lower 60s and upper 50s for your Easter weekend. So folks, it should be good traveling weather for you if you get out or people are coming to you.
All right, Jason, thank you. Still ahead, 11 Spokane households didn't move, but their street name did. We'll explain why county leaders made the swap for safety and why it's become a major headache for neighbors.
They lived and breathed mountain biking.
A 20-year-old Spokane man is beginning his long road to recovery following a high-speed crash in North Carolina. How his twin brother reacted when he heard the news. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Do you know what pairs nicely with a French dip? Second French dip. 2 for $8. Arby's, we have the meat.
Looking for a car that feels brand new without the new car price? At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have what you need. Our certified used vehicles go through a 160-point inspection, backed by a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Plus, every certified vehicle comes with roadside assistance, so you can drive with confidence. Find your perfect vehicle today and shop quality, reliability, and savings, all in one place.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. That too. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
2 French dips for $8 with au jus. Au jus? Oh yeah! Woo! Arby's, we have the meat.
4 News Now is brought to you by Summit Cancer Center.
A 20-year-old Spokane man remains in the hospital tonight following a devastating mountain biking accident earlier this month.
Alex Hermanson was on a practice run for a race in North Carolina when he collided with a tree head-on, causing a severe spinal injury. Marissa Rio shares the heartbreaking moments his family heard about what happened.
They lived and breathed mountain biking.
This is Alex and Matt Hermanson, twin brothers from Spokane County, who, like their dad says,
catch you down there,
live and breathe mountain biking. When home, they often bike at Beacon Hill, and when away,
I'd like at least once to twice a week in college together.
But recently, that fun took a turn for the worst when the brothers went to compete at a race in North Carolina.
I was watching for him to come down, and I overheard one of the course marshals' radios go off and say, there was a rider down and they needed medical up there.
It was Alex who needed medical attention. He hit a tree head on and couldn't feel his feet.
My heart kind of dropped out. My stomach kind of dropped out. I kind of realized the seriousness of it. And then when Alex got down, he was very distressed.
Matt called his parents and Alex was airlifted to a nearby hospital.
It was just overwhelming, gut-wrenching. You name it. It was truly a parent's worst nightmare.
Alex had shattered multiple vertebrae.
It's been a roller coaster, a lot of ups and downs. He's had 3 surgeries, and just a lot of trauma to his body. It's been a struggle to be able to breathe.
Alex is getting stronger. His mom's saying he's gaining some feeling back. While the extent of his injuries are still unknown, his family is expecting Alex to be in a wheelchair once he's released. This has been hard for the family, both emotionally and financially. For more information on how you can help support the Hermanson family, visit our website at kxly.com. In Spokane County, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, people with autism are speaking out after controversial claims by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Why Spokane families say his words don't reflect their reality, and how local advocates are proving autism is not a setback, but a strength. Plus, how do you wake up with a new address without moving? 11 Spokane families are finding out the hard way after a sudden street name switch. Why the county says it was necessary and the chaos it's causing now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
You win the lotto, $30 million. All your dreams come true, right?
The good news is you've won the lottery. That's also the bad news. Why are you laughing?
Because
a man is dead,
yes.
And you're laughing.
The new 2020, Friday night on ABC.
This coming Easter Sunday, all 3 Cal locations will be closed as our team celebrates the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Easter is a time of hope and renewal as we all reflect on Jesus' victory over death when he rose to life. We encourage each of you to join an Easter service, spend time with loved ones, and give thanks for all the blessings we have. Our stores will reopen on Monday, and our staff is eager to serve you.
From our family to yours, happy Easter.
So you've been thinking about upgrading your air conditioner for a while now. But with tariffs right around the corner, that waiting could cost you big time. Fortunately, Bill's Heating and AC planned ahead and stocked our warehouse full of pre-tariff air conditioners. Same comfort, same quality, without the coming price hike. But this equipment won't last long, so don't wait until prices go up. Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing and our lowest price guarantee. Call Bill's Heating and AC today and lock in comfort before comfort costs more.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
You took us on an epic roller coaster ride. Easter Sunday, it's an Idol special episode with inspiring performances from our judges and superstar guests.
Amazing.
Plus, Idol hopefuls sing for your vote.
Hello, America!
Then Monday,
let the games begin, baby.
Idol goes live.
A perfect performance.
Plus, your top 14 are revealed. American Idol, new Sunday and Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, welcome back. This is video of newly built homes on South Aspen Road near Spokane International Airport. When families moved in, they updated their addresses on everything from their driver's licenses to their tax forms at work.
As we all know, that process can be a pain, and now they have to go through it again. That's because Spokane Regional Emergency Communications said this street name isn't ideal for responding to emergencies, forcing the name to change. Hunter Bertram spoke with neighbors who are furious and say they never got a warning.
On Monday, those that live on this street just south of the Spokane Airport knew they lived on South Aspen Road. However, unknown to them, only days later, their addresses would change without them having to move.
We've all lived here for at least a year, year and a half, and now all of a sudden, we have a new street name.
What was South Aspen Road is now South Lancer Road. Today, neighbors received a letter from Spokane County letting them know of the change, which they already noticed.
My husband came around the corner and the sign was different.
Tanya Lonkin and her neighbor neighbors are furious.
This is absolutely crazy.
And while it may seem at face value no big deal, these neighbors now need to change their address on
everything. We have to contact everyone, our mortgage companies, our doctor's offices, our mail, you name it.
As for why this abrupt change, well, it's complicated. This letter sent by Spokane County says Spokane Regional Emergency Communications found these addresses to be out of sequence and incorrect, claiming it could delay emergency responders if not fixed. County officials explained to me today that when new developments are built, sometimes the street names chosen by developers may not fit with existing street names. And if too many addresses and in the same street name, that can make it difficult to locate emergencies. Though the county cannot confirm today if this was the reason for the name change.
So I want it back to our street name. I don't want the headache of having to go through everything.
In Spokane County, Hunter Bertram for News Now.
I know on my street, a lot of kids are enjoying the later evenings.
Yeah, you love it when, you spring forward and you got that extra daylight and some decent weather to enjoy it as well, Jason.
Again, people get somewhat cranky when we spring forward, but we're reaping the benefits right now. It's just gorgeous out there. 58 right now in the Spokane region, and we're a little cooler than we were yesterday, but still just slightly above our average. Just a beautiful day today. And also, all of those winds that we saw yesterday, most of them have died down, save for Pullman. Still seeing a little bit of gusts out there, but again, looking at just very nice conditions. And get this, we're going to see more of the same as we head into tomorrow, and it's even going to be warmer. That is good news. So on our radar, we've been tracking just a hint of shower activity just to the east of our areas. And again, this is from the outside of a system that is going on in Montana, but it is missing most of our areas. If we see any shower activity, best chance will be very light, but on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon early, and then possibly a little bit on your Sunday as well. So we are tracking that, and the timing should be pretty much right. But again, if it does come to your area, it will be very quick. So overnight tonight, we are seeing mostly to just seriously clear skies, but that means a very chilly morning tomorrow. Overnight lows are going to be right around that freezing mark yet again. Let me get you and your family ready for your Easter weekend. That's coming up in my First Alert weather forecast later in the show.
All right, Jason, thank you. Families are bracing for higher prices at the grocery store as President Trump's tariffs create uncertainty in the market. Here in Spokane, about 1 in 8 people already don't know where their next meal is coming from.
Healthy food is often out of reach for families, but a new face in the farming community is trying to offer a lifeline. Jordan Smith introduces us to the farmer who quit her day job to chase this dream.
Secret's out. Your dollar goes farther for processed, unhealthier foods. The USDA projects food prices to climb 3.2% in 2025. It would make sense that healthier options would take a back seat for families on a strict budget.
Food insecurity is at an all-time high, and it's just going to get higher and higher, and, it's going to be harder to get those good food, healthy foods.
Heather Delanoy took notice. In 2020, she left her job as an aerospace technician to chase this dream of giving families in need a chance at a healthy dinner.
Healthy food should be attainable for everybody, no matter who you are, what's going on. It's important to eat healthy food because then you feel good.
Thus, Wild Sage Farms was born. Delanoy transformed 2.5 acres of land to create plant starts, or pre-grown plants that you plant in your garden. So rather than buying vegetables at the store, for example, Heather sells a jump start where you can consistently grow your own. Pumpkins, eggplant, chili peppers, garlic, you name it, she's got it.
So yes, as you can see, it's all sprouting up nicely. It looks all healthy.
And she sells them at local farmers markets, accepting SNAP and WIC benefits from a growing number of families.
Probably half of the people that show up at Kendall Yards are using those SNAP and those WIC cards.
She, too, is feeling the pressure of inflation and Trump's sweeping tariffs. Fertilizer, seed prices, farm equipment, all on the rise. She's trying to sidestep the tariffs by buying in bulk now to avoid higher prices down the line. Even so, Heather tells me she's committed to keeping her produce affordable, especially as Congress is considering major cuts to SNAP benefits. At Wild Sage Farms, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is being criticized for recent comments about autism. He says the disease destroys families.
These are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job.
They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They'll never go out on a date.
Those comments come as the CDC released a new study that shows a rise in people being diagnosed with autism in the U.S.
The CDC attributes the rise to improved detection methods and broader diagnostic criteria. Secretary Kennedy claims autism is preventable. Derek Strom talked with autism advocates about how hurtful RFK Jr.'s comments are.
One of the things that he did say is that autism destroys families, and we don't believe that. If anything, it makes them stronger.
People with autism are pushing back on many of the claims Robert F. Kennedy Jr. made in a recent press conference. Many feel his statements perpetuate a narrative that's not just untrue, but extremely hurtful to those with autism that work hard to work and live on their own. That includes parents like Pam Ryan, whose son Zach has autism.
He has a job. He is able to pay taxes. He is able to go to the toilet himself. He is able to balance his checkbook because I've taught him how to do that. He can go to the store by himself and shop.
Pam says places like the Isaac Foundation and other charities that work with kids with disabilities helped get Zach to where he is today.
He has a job shadow and a job coach that helps him. He's been at his job since January at Walmart. 3 days a week, 4 hours a day. He's earning a paycheck. He's paying taxes.
Having a job, paying taxes, and living independently isn't just something that's attainable for people with autism. It's a reality for hundreds of people right here in the Spokane area that have autism.
Many people with autism and other developmental disabilities do work in our communities, and they have valued social roles in our communities.
John Lemus is an advocacy manager with At Work Washington, and he has autism. He's been with At Work for the last 7 years, and he lives with his girlfriend who also has autism.
When you start talking about autism needing a cure or, topics like that, it's just really hard because for a lot of us, autism is our superpower.
In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Autism is their superpower. All right, the Seattle Mariners needed a win today to clinch their 3rd straight series win.
They played in Cincinnati against the Reds, hoping to follow up last night's clutch performance, Jack.
And if y'all like runs, we have plenty for you. Catch the wild extra inning Ohio baseball action coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. There's an elite crew with a hero at the helm. NCIS. Watch weeknights at 6 on Heroes and Icons.
The 2-part thriller continues.
By the time you get in there, you're going to be pulling out bodies.
Tina has the antiviral. She's on her way.
That antiviral was his only shot.
Still is.
911 Contagion. All new tonight on ABC.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items. And new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But hurry up, this is your last chance for final markdowns.
This week at Walker's.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice, relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
The Eastern Washington Eagles are wide receiver U of the FCS, contributing NFL greats like Cooper Kupp and Kendrick Bourne, but now there's a third budding star to enter the league, Efton Chisholm. The senior wide receiver had an eye-popping year at Eastern, catching 121 passes, over 1,300 yards, and 13 touchdowns. One of them right here, enough to land him a first-team All-Big Sky and first-team FCS All-American spots. Chisholm's greatest strengths are his quick releases and route running, his fantastic footwork and fast hands helping him to carry the Eagles offense, but his smaller size, just 5'10" and under 200 pounds, could limit his draft stock, but his big play threat and slot receiver skill set could get him some solid looks. Now, with the NFL draft just a week away, we spoke with EWU head coach Aaron Best on what he sees in his former star.
He embodies what we really are after in any student athlete, as in the football world, is an overachiever, and he got the most out of his talents. He's a selfless individual, probably too selfless at times. Great boyfriend, great son, great brother, great player. But I don't think these happen just because they happen. I think he's prepared for this moment for a long time, not just in college.
The NFL draft again beginning a week from today at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. It's first time ever it's been in the state of Wisconsin hosting the draft. Mariners looking to add another win today to clinch the series at the Cincinnati Reds, and Luke Raley, home run deep into the stands, ties us at 2-2 in the fourth. Next inning, Cal Raleigh is up. Shot right to Ellie De La Cruz, the shortstop, and the ball just pops off his glove. Error sends in the leading run for Seattle. But the M's are down 2 in the top of the ninth. No outs, and Rally's up again, way out to right field. There is his first official hit of the day to cut the Reds' lead in half. But we're not done yet in the ninth. Randy Arozarena up next, and he's going to go the opposite side. Incredible back-to-back homers tied the game at 7. So we go to the 10th inning, and boy, we had a busy one. J.B. Crawford adds the leading run. The Mariners striding ahead. They score 4 in the 10th and win it 11-7. Seattle stays on the road this weekend. They travel back north to Canada to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Mariners haven't won a 3-game series at Toronto since mid-2021, and first pitch is tomorrow at 4:07 p.m. Now, it's the end of an era for perhaps the most iconic broadcaster in college football. Lee Corso of ESPN and famously College Game Day is retiring from the show following their Week 1 cast coming up this season. The 89-year-old, who will be 90 ahead of the last show, gave his thanks today to the network, the co-hosts, and of course the many fans, celebrating Corso for his memorial headgear picks. And he picked the WSU Cougs only once in his tenure, correctly guessing the upset in 2018 over the Oregon Ducks. So it's crazy to think we won't have the Corso headgear pick anymore. I've seen it twice live. Nothing like some College Game Day.
The crowd in Pullman went crazy when he put on the Bush at October 20th, 2018. Start to finish, one of the best days of my life. It was awesome.
you know Derek's a Coug when he talks about those memories. Yeah. All right, Jason, what do we have in the weather department?
Just another beautiful day, but will it continue into our weekend? Let me get you ready with my first alert weather forecast that's coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6,000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6,000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate based on current utility rebates. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVey Brothers, we're always working for you.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the shop owner who knows your order by heart, and the mentors who leave a lasting impact. Here for singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and big comeback stories. Here for the long haul from Omak to Sandpoint to Baker City. Here for your family, your neighbors, for you. STCU. Here for good.
It takes 5 seconds to read an average text message. If you're driving a car going 30 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel 220 feet. That's a long distance. About 3/4 of a football field. Or enough room for 15 cars. Oh, so if all that can fit inside of 220 feet, then imagine how much the road could change while you read one text. So before you start driving, put your phone out of reach and stay focused on the road. Together, we get there.
Don't worry, it's just me. It's Chad from the Easy Home Buyer.
Selling your home doesn't have to be scary. At the Easy Home Buyer, we make it simple, fast, and hassle-free, so you can focus on your next chapter.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
We are about 10 minutes out from our spring closet clean out event coming to an end.
Yeah, all day people have been dropping off their new or slightly used coats at 5 different SCCU locations across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So let's check back in with Chris Crocker now, who's at the Argonne branch in Spokane Valley. Chris, how are we doing out there?
You know, it has been tremendous. STCU members and others dropping off coats have really stepped up for this spring clean out. And I'm here with Tracy McGlathery, who is the Chief Impact and Advocacy Officer for STCU. And it's been a great turnout at all of the branches participating.
It really has. What an amazing community we have that are supporting one by one a coat that are going to help our kids make it through this next winter, and it's just on this amazing spring day. What a great way to start.
Absolutely. They get to do your spring cleaning. We get to get these coats. Many of these are brand new coats, Tracy.
They are indeed. Such a generous donations that have come throughout all of our branches that we have today. We have teams at 5 branches that will be wrapping up here at 7. And, you know, bring us your coats, and if you bring it tomorrow, we'll get them to KXLY.
That is very nice of you, because we have a feeling that they will be bringing them. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, STCU, and the people that drop these coats off. We are going to store these for the winter, or for the summer, rather, and make sure that kids who really need them get them next winter. That's what we do, STCU and KXLY.
Plus, again, you clear out a little bit of that closet space, and you can feel good about making a donation.
Yes, it's a win-win. And you're not going to need you're going to need maybe your, do they call them windbreakers still?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what Chris was wearing.
We do. Anyway,
perfect.
I don't know if the kids do.
Have your windbreakers ready for your Easter weekend. But other than that, should be a very lovely weekend ahead. Calmer conditions have definitely taken over, and we could see, like I said, maybe a light shower or two, but warming up a bit tomorrow and for your Saturday, and your weekend travel is looking good as well. The Northwest, again, maybe a hint of shower activity in the Northwest, but still looking mighty fine. So our temperatures right now, we are getting a little bit cooler. We're still looking pretty good, a little bit warmer the more west we go to Wenatchee, Moses Lake. Still in the 50s. Look at St. Mary's, already 51, and we do expect a very chilly overnight period. But for our high temperatures, our average right around 56 or so, and we're looking to be just above it or just right at it or below it as we move on into the next couple of days for the week ahead. But we do have a little bit of an ascent as we get into the latter part of our next week. Now, nothing like the 70 we just saw a couple days ago, but still warmer temperatures, and we're slowly starting to get warmer, except in one department. That is our overnight lows. We've been battling with the being right around the freezing mark and chilly conditions. Look at Colville. You're at 29 right now. They've been below the freezing mark in our overnight period for quite some time. So just a little above or a little below the average, or excuse me, the freezing mark. Park. And again, this usually hits by the time you are getting ready for work or school. So just be prepared for chilly conditions as you head out the door. Also, rain this weekend. Now, the little bit darker green areas have a pretty good chance, likely chance. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, you're in the slight chance region, so just a hint of shower activity is possible, and I'll give you the timing in a second. So just 20 to 30% through Monday. So again, nothing really sustained, maybe just a little bit of showers here and there, and we're seeing a little bit of showers, just itty bitty, just to the east of us, but that is going to be moving on. But our next chance is going to be as we get to Saturday. So look at Friday. This is Friday morning. You can see the timestamp up top. Just clear skies into the rest of your Friday, and then yes, we have a little bit of shower activity coming in Saturday morning, and then another round coming in with maybe some heavier cells on Saturday afternoon. Then those will move along, and then we have a chance of seeing some shower activities we get to early Sunday, so do be aware. So again, yesterday the top story was all of that wind. Most of the wind has died down today, save for Pullman, still seeing gusts in 23-mile-per-hour range, but still that is below what we saw yesterday. Should see mostly light winds, maybe a little breeze at times as we head into your weekend. Speaking of which, here's your weekend. 63 tomorrow. Oh, what a Friday. Goodness gracious. Then 62 on Saturday, mid-50s Sunday and Monday, and then that ascent I was talking about. Also, our overnight lows will start to improve as well. So, folks, if you have tomorrow off, maybe you're traveling somewhere in the Northwest. Should be nice traveling conditions. Folks, we really couldn't ask for a better Easter weekend for the middle part of April.
Yeah, we've had plenty of Easters with rain. Before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's credit union.
What if you could get brand new windows, entry doors, or patio doors now and pay nothing for 18 months? That's right. Pay nothing until October 2026. No money down, no payment, and no interest. Zero, zilch, nada. Don't wait. Your home deserves this upgrade, and your wallet will thank you. This deal is here for a limited time only. Call Renewal by Anderson today and get 20% off your entire project.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Get the Tiguan with 0% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus. At Post Falls Volkswagen, it's easy to drive home your dream SUV.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen. The home is 0000.
Does your home need a new fence? Or maybe you'd like an automated gate? Well, right now is the perfect time to call the pros at Northwest Fence to get big springtime savings on all your fencing needs. For 43 years, nobody builds them better.
4 News Now and the Spokane Indians are teaming up to bring you an Education Day game. Families will enjoy a day of fun activities, including an educational booklet for each student and a chance to learn about the history of the Spokane Tribe of Indians, all while cheering on your Spokane Indians to victory. And when you come out to the stadium, bring a new or gently used coat to help out Coats for Kids. Come out to the park April 22nd. Spokane Indians Education Day game. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Next ET, our Teddy Mellencamp exclusive, the latest on her health fight. Plus, Michael J. Fox in Nashville and John Walsh's father-son mission. Only we're on the America's Most Wanted set. Next.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
This week on Svengoolie.
This may be the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Oh, it's big, all right.
Any idea what it is?
I don't know. I don't know either, but the movie is It Came from Outer Space on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
I hope you were able to enjoy the calm day today, even though it was a little bit cooler, and it will translate into an almost perfect Friday for the middle part of April. We are seeing plenty of sunshine, highs in the lower 60s, so about 8 degrees above our average. Just get ready for a very chilly morning.
Okay. Jason, thanks so much.
You bet.
And all of you have been talking about beef Wellington.
Yes.
For Easter. Maybe we're going to do that.